This is the only guide you'll ever need to achieve a 1500 plus in the next digital SAT. Hi, I'm Sarika and I got 1530 in my last SAT, which was in December of 2023. And in this video, I'll be explaining exactly what I did, what I studied, what I did wrong, and what you can possibly do right to get your desired score in 2024 or whenever you watch this video. Let's talk about the most important thing first. The digital SAT is unlike any other test you have ever given. It does not care if you know the correct answer. It only cares if you can select the correct answer, which is very different from the test taking systems that we are used to, because if you show steps in the exams, you usually get some sort of partial marks. But in SAT, there is no partial marking. You are correct or you're wrong. The second thing that you have to know is that it's very possible to jump from a 1200 or an 1100 to a 1500 or even more than that, but the jump is very gradual. For me, it took me almost about 6 months to realistically jump from a 1230 to a 1530 at the very end. If you want to speed that up, stay till the end of the video to know about my crash course. But before that, just know that the jump is in fact very gradual. The other important things include not cramming for your SAT. Like, seriously, please do not cram. Been there, done that. Does not work for the SAT. Instead, what does work in my experience is interleaving. It's basically a method where you have to revisit a material multiple times to get it in your long-term memory. And if you're interested for a video about interleaving, just let me know down in the comments below. You need to remember, and is very, very important, is that the SAT does not score your raw intelligence as much as it feels like it does. You know, when you look at someone and you see they're scoring really good, it's not because they're inherently very smart or very intelligent. It's often because they have these three traits. One, they're very good at error detecting. They know where they're making a mistake and they work on it. Second, they are very, very, very good at comprehending English, which is a very big part. Even in the math section, you need to comprehend and understand the English language that is there, because it's very different from what you're used to. And third is that they know the games of the SAT itself, which you might be able to know too by the end of this video. Now that the mindset part is over, let's move on to what I did and what was my journey. So my journey started in July 2023 when I took my first ever practice test in the Blue Book app. I had no idea what I was expecting. I just knew that it's like 2.5 hours long or something. So I got a 1260 in the first ever test that I gave, and I was expecting that because that's like the base score as far as I know, like normal base score for South Asians. I'm speaking for talented kids here, but you get the point. So then I decided to appear for my exams in August, and when I realized I wasn't improving even in August, I cancelled my exam, and then I sat for October. And before I sat for my October SAT, I enrolled in DP Tutorials SAT batch for the October 2023 SAT, and it was a good journey there. Definitely the community was very helpful and supportive. And then when I did end up giving my October SAT, I got a 1300. Yeah, it's not bad. I know I won't go on and say it's the end of the world, but it did feel like the end of the world to me, because honestly I was expecting more. I was scoring more in Blue Book, so it crushed me, but a good crushing, because I ended up scoring way better in the December SAT with some practice, especially in my math section, which I will go over pretty soon, so stick around. Let's go over all the materials that I used for my SAT preparation. The first thing that I went through was obviously Khan Academy. I went through it to get to know the format a little bit, which I'll be showing on the screen right now. So as you can see, there are like two different parts, the English and the maths part, and they each have 2 modules. Now the interesting thing about the digital SAT is that the second module for both the English and maths part is adaptive, which means that if you score really well on the first module, your second module is going to be different than if you scored really bad in the first module. End up with higher grades or higher marks, and likewise if you did really bad, you'll get an easier module too, but even if you get all of them right, your score is not gonna be that good. And if you're interested for a more in-depth explanation of how the curve works and everything, let me know, because if I explain that, it's going to be really long. But moving on, the other resources that I used were 3 books. The first one was Erica Meltzer's latest edition English reading book. The other one was Erica Meltzer's, once again, her latest edition grammar book. And the third one was College Panda's maths book, which is like an OG. It's like amazing. And apart from these resources, I also did a few mock exams that I found online and were free for like the digital SAT ones. And another thing that I did was I did the previous old QAS papers, which are basically the past papers for the old paper-based SATs. So I did them especially for maths. They really help you take them under time conditions, and they just get you to experience how it might really end up being in your actual maths module. And I feel like the pattern for maths hasn't really changed a lot, so it's really going to help you if you're out of the 4 tests that are on the Blue Book app. So I have been talking about the Blue Book app for a while now, and in case you're a bit confused about what it is, it's basically an app by College Board that you can download into your iPads, tablets, or laptops to give your exams digitally. This is where you also get 4 practice tests, and I feel 2 practice tests for PSATs as well. PSATs are basically SAT exams that 9th graders give, as far as I know, in the States. Might not be very correct, but I'll give the right information on the screen here. And in the Blue Book app, on your exam day as well, you'll be taking your device to the center that you have registered for, and then you'll be giving your exam through Blue Book. So make sure you get around it and just know where things are supposed to be, like the timer and everything. If you want me to give you a tutorial, just let me know in the comments below. Like, seriously, a comment, it helps. I know you all want to know about the English part and what I did, but before I do that, I just want to quickly go over the maths part, because I was clearly struggling in the maths section. So for maths, obviously go through College Panda and realize that for maths, accuracy and precision over speed. Like, I used to just just give the right answers and just go away and don't check and just be rash and careless, but that won't get you anywhere in the digital SAT. Like, seriously, check your answers. And I feel like the second most important thing that I did that helped me was marking the answers and the questions that I got wrong and really understanding why I got them wrong, especially for the maths section, because the harder maths, they're always going to be at the end of the module too if you've done well on the first module. So just getting used to what they might be expecting or what they want you to do is really helpful. Like, really helpful. English part. So unlike most South Asians, I was not really being very afraid of this section, because I'm someone who knows her way around English as a language. And I was pretty confident about it, and I feel like that translated in both the tests that I did end up taking. And for my first step would probably be to not overthink your answers. Like, seriously, go with your gut, trust your gut, and train your gut. So how do you go about training your gut? You do that by going first through the Erica Meltzer's books that I recommended first. You go through them, they'll feel like unga bunga, gibberish, hieroglyphics, whatever it is to you, but trust me, go through them once and just wrap your head around it. Then maybe go hop onto Khan Academy, do some exercises, do some things, and then afterwards what you want to do is go through the answer that you're getting wrong in your blue book practice tests and try to understand why you're getting them wrong. Really understanding why you're getting them wrong. The next thing that you want to do is start reading again if you were already an avid reader like me, who just went through a slump during COVID and didn't read a lot. So what I did was I read a lot of books, and these are some of the books that I read during and while preparing for the SAT. Then I also read a lot of New Yorker Times and The Economist. These helped me prime my brain for the type of articles or text that I might be getting, and that definitely helped to prime my brain around what I might be expecting. The key to acing the English section, I feel, is really mastering grammar. Like, seriously, master grammar. It's not very easy. It's actually very much like maths, if you will, because if you know what you're supposed to do, you get around with it. The grammar parts, I do have some notes, and if you want my notes, just hit me up on my social media, or I'll just give something on the screen for you to contact me about my contact information, or you can check the description of this video. But yeah, let me know if you want my notes, and I can definitely send you to them, like, for free. Don't worry. So that helps. Like, make your own notes if you want, if that's how you learn. And the other thing that you want to be doing to get your grip on English is really understanding what you are reading and get those vocabs in your mind. Like, seriously, the SAT is so repetitive that if you are being very diligent with your practice and you're being very mindful with it, you'll come across words that come often, like repudiate, and yeah, that's just like a first word. And then there's like tertiary and words like that just come up a lot more. And again, I have my vocabulary list. If you're interested, just hit me up. That's all about for my English part. And now to the stuff that I would have killed to know and that I don't want to keep from you, because I want you to get a 1500 plus, like I really do. And that is getting 8 hours of sleep before your exam. Like, do not cram the Friday night before your exam. Trust me, I did that before my October SAT, and I feel like that just gave me more jitters and anxiety than really preparing me for the experience. The other thing that has helped me a lot is giving mock tests and giving them under exam conditions. Like, in your breaks, do not go through your phone. Just do it in exam conditions and during exam time. That means waking up before 8 and actually giving your exam at 8 o'clock, whatever the day it is, waking up and giving your exam at 8 o'clock and just priming your brain for that. And if you're like me and you weren't someone who was, used to waking up before 8, it's all right. I'm not shaming you. It's totally fine. But for the SAT, if you're really bent on that you want to do good, try to wake up at the same time that you would wake up on the Saturday that you will be giving your test. Trust me, it will help you make yourself less nervous and less anxious. Oh my god, I feel like I don't know any English. It's bad. But yeah, just wake up on time. The other thing is realizing there will be distractions. Maybe it will be a cute guy or girl or whatever you find cute, Or it might be that you started your exam earlier or later than most of the other people in the center that you're giving your exam, and that's completely fine. That is so normal for the digital SAT, because your time will start from the time you start giving your exam. So don't worry that someone's starting their exam or someone's not starting their exam, and just don't look to your right and left when you're giving your exam, and just keep your head totally calm and focused on your test. If you're not getting something right, skip it, skip it, skip it. It's not worth pondering over. 3 right answers are a lot better than 1 right answer. Remember that. So please prioritize getting as much right answers as much as possible. The last tip that I have for you is actually learning to categorize the questions in the SAT. There are different types of questions in both the English and the math section. Especially for the English section, I literally categorized all sorts of questions and what it meant, and just giving my brain a roadmap that if you see this phrase, do this. It helps your brain get used to and adapted to this new style of test taking, and just makes it easier for you. Now let's talk about the crash course. Overall, if you want a 1500 plus, you should follow me. No, but seriously, if you like the video, do consider following me and subscribing to me, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I'll be sure to reply to you. Have a good day and best of luck for your digital SAT.